Every day is different. I'm
Mm,
not going to say every day. I'm going to say every hour, every minute, every second, because
yeah.
2 days ago, uh, when was it? Saturday? I was in a good mood Saturday. Um, I'm kind of in a slump today, so every day is different. I could be happy an hour from now, and
Yeah.
an hour after that, I'm back in a slump.
Yeah.
The Shanquella Robinson case has become such a nationwide phenomenon that the FBI has gotten involved and is in the process of questioning prime suspects in the case. But as the investigation continues, online keyboard warriors carry out their own investigations, and in that, they fear that Shanquella's very own sister is not as innocent as she seems. There may be foul play involved. But could Shanquella's own sister be responsible for her death? Let's find out. Even though the authorities are expending massive resources and manpower to get to the bottom of Shanquella's murder, many internet investigators think they are onto something big. Recent rumors from social media suggest that the story we are being told is far from the truth, and it goes much deeper, even involving Shanquella's own sister, Tequila Lawn. But why would people level such horrific accusations against Shanquella's own sister? Well, the overwhelming belief among people who are pointing fingers at her is that Tequila has acted very strangely ever since her sister passed away. They point to the various instances where she was found partying even though she had just lost her sister, giving this video as proof. This was posted by Shanquella's sister only a few weeks after her death to commemorate her birthday. Still, it was misconstrued by many people in the general public, who found it odd that Tequila, instead of grieving the loss of her sister, would be throwing parties and laughing around. Many other rumors seem to suggest that this was part of a larger plan where Shanquella's half-sister, Quilalon, was involved because her behavior following Shanquella's death was also cited as odd and attention-seeking. They believed it was just a ploy to gain more sympathy, more fame, and more money in their dead sister's name. One user even took to Twitter to share their theory, writing, "Wow, Shanquella Robinson's half-sister Quilalong seems to be celebrating Shanquella's death." She deleted this video from TikTok. This was the day of Shanquella's sad rally. The same user also posted a TikTok video along with their tweet, showing Quilla seemingly dancing around wearing a Shanquella t-shirt on the day of her sister's rally for justice. Despite all these shocking claims, the reality is that these rumors are all false and misleading, and have been addressed by Shanquella's sister herself in a recent interview she gave to the NCB. In response to a question, she says the following.
There it
Clear as day. And
is.
I know I've seen people say, when my mama do her interview, she ain't showing no type of emotion. She ain't crying. What
Hmm.
what what crying gonna do? Them motherfuckers came over here and cried. They boo-hoo tears. And they
Wow.
murdered her. So what crying? You seeing somebody cry, what does that fucking mean
Don't
nowadays?
mean nothing.
It don't mean nothing. My mama breaks down every night. We both in here
Hmm.
fighting through this.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
We aren't supposed to get on TV and show you that. We
Yeah.
tired of showing you everything else. And then they saying that, well, the mama must be lying. Hell, my mama was fed a lie.
Hmm.
So she telling you what
Said a
was
lie.
told to her.
Yeah.
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 People something else. And you know what? It's always our own. It's our
Mm.
own people.
Own people.
Our own people.
You said that. You said that. Your
Our
own
own people. It's
people.
always our, instead of you trying to say the mama ain't crying enough for you, damn it, when she get up there and do cry, then what? She didn't cry long enough?
Right.
She didn't cry hard enough, or there was fake crying.
That's
Nobody
crazy.
have to show you their pain. You can
No.
see that in her face. She exhausted. We all
Hmm.
are tired. Our life has been changed. And what I mean by that, it's in the public view.
She also took note of all the people who have been coming up with wild theories about her and her family, saying,
We strong over here. We
No.
got to stand up, and we don't want to do these
Yeah.
interviews. They keep telling
Yeah.
us we got to put it out.
Yeah.
We got to keep her name going. We
Yeah.
don't want to do these interviews.
Yeah.
We don't
Yeah.
want to. I don't want to be on TV. I did a press conference right before her rally, and I think I made 3 or 4 statements. Now my picture everywhere. Then
Everywhere.
they took the video and said that I said that they was arrested.
Right.
We don't
You
even
didn't
have the
even say
sense
that.
enough to go in and pull up the whole video. you got to know that people sending out clippings and cutting videos.
Shanquella is basically saying that people grieve in different ways and they are allowed to process their emotions however they see fit. People have a preconceived notion that losing someone means you always have to cry and break down publicly. The fact that Shanquella's family is showing such strength and determination despite the loss they have faced should be commended, not looked suspiciously at. Many people have flocked over to defend the Robinson family, like this user who commented this under a YouTube video. It's really sad to hear people say the family was involved. I lost my only child 2.5 years ago and people were saying I had something to do with my son's murder. People can be so cruel and evil. I didn't receive justice for my child and I will not speak on other people's children and try to pick in their past. It's wrong. God bless them. Another said, this world is so evil. Leave this family alone if y'all not sending condolences or love they lost a loved one and y'all taking everything out of context. Nobody is perfect. It's sickness at this point, justice for Shanquella. A third person added, the truth is all that matters. Sometimes the truth don't look pretty. All information that is factual matters. The truth prevails. The focus right now shouldn't be on the victim's family, but rather on the real people who committed the crimes and are being investigated by the police due to the overwhelming evidence against them. There were 6 friends who were present in the villa at the time of Shanquella's death who are being looked at as prime suspects for murder right now. Khalil, Winter Donovan, Alice Hyatt, Jenny Jackson, and Nasir Wiggins being the most prominent. Shanquella's sister, believes they played a part in her death and should be investigated thoroughly. In the same interview, she talks about how they all lied to her and raised suspicions about their involvement in the whole ordeal.
Asking them pretty much what we heard happen. And of course they denied it.
Yeah.
They sat here and said there wasn't any type of fight, no hands was thrown. You know how the young kids talk.
Yeah.
I know I haven't seen people say that they came in here and they ate. I don't recall them. They didn't eat anything.
Right.
Actually.
Yeah.
We all had them in one room talking to them.
Right.
And I know that night, of course, if we knew then what we know now, they wouldn't have left my house because it was nothing but family here.
There have been conflicting reports about whether an arrest has been made in the Shanquella Robinson murder case. Some outlets have reported a suspect is in custody, but others say so far only an arrest warrant has been made. Okay, so here's what we know so far. Jenny Jackson, one of the friends who accompanied Shanquella Robinson to Mexico, was arrested in connection with her murder. Jackson was arrested allegedly on the night of November 28th by Interpol agents after Mexico issued an arrest warrant seeking Jackson's extradition. She was then placed in federal custody while she awaits the beginning of her extradition process to Mexico. According to WCNC, no arrest has been made in the case as of yet. Officials have confirmed an arrest warrant has been issued, but the father of Shanquella Robinson tells WCNC that he is unaware of any arrests. The arrest warrant explicitly said that Shanquella Robinson was the victim of femicide. A representative of the Baja California Sur's prosecutor's office, who was not authorized to discuss details, said that femicide involves a killing where there is a relationship between the people, including friends or spouses. This case is fully clarified. We even have a court order. There is an arrest warrant issued for the crime of femicide to the detriment of the victim and against an alleged perpetrator. A friend of her who is the direct aggressor said Mexican prosecutor Daniel de la Rosa Ania. Actually, it wasn't a quarrel, but instead a direct aggression. We are carrying out all the pertinent procedures such as the Interpol alert and the request for extradition to the United States of America. It's about 2 Americans, the victim and the culprit. According to a statement that the state prosecutor's office released on Facebook, the next steps are for national authorities, including Mexico's Attorney General and Minister of Foreign Affairs, to carry out the extradition process, which involves the U.S. delivering a suspect to Mexican authorities. The state government of Baja California Sur will also continue with its investigation. Robinson and as many as 6 of her friends arrived at Cabo on October 28. The next day, she was allegedly shown on video footage being beaten up by another young woman. It appeared that at least 2 people were filming the violence. The person who recorded the video posted on social media, and another person whose phone could also be seen recording the footage. During the violence, a man's voice could be heard imploring Shanquella, the woman identified as Robinson, to at least fight back. While Robinson's friends blamed her death on alcohol poisoning, an autopsy performed by Mexican authorities determined that she did not have alcohol in her system. This proves that the friends knew what had happened and were trying to hide the truth from the authorities. What makes this situation even more tragic is how close Shanquella's sisters and family were to her and how people have twisted that into something sinister. Tequila Long states that she is going to miss the little things about her sister: conversations, text messages, how we respond to each other when she calls. That's what I'm missing now. Robinson, Long shared, was outgoing. Well-spoken, ambition, intelligent, business-driven, lovable, respectful, and beautiful inside and out. Long hopes that all of those on the trip are shipped back to Mexico. I want to see them over there doing time, away from their family, trying to learn Spanish. That's where I want them at. As Robinson has said in many interviews, we've been working to make sure that adequate pressure is put on authorities so that a proper investigation is done in this case. Because obviously, people that are involved are concealing aspects of the case. A lot of times, people's first foray into our system is when they're a victim of a violent crime or family members are a victim of violent crime, and they don't know what to do. Fortunately or unfortunately, as a criminal defense attorney, I know the terrain very well, and I try to just guide the family on what to expect, what to do. That's all for today, guys. Thanks for watching until the end, and don't forget to subscribe and like. Goodbye.